we just lost a game. I mean, obviously we're in the playoffs, but still lost a game. I liked the second half, didn't like the first half that much.
Stewie, just what was going on in that second quarter where it just seemed like things maybe got stagnant, maybe people were doing individual things and weren't playing like a team?
I mean, it's the story of basically our season right now. Like, when we have to take the ball out of the net, we struggle a little bit. So we gave up 26 points, and our spacing was a little bit bad. And I thought, sometimes we have good looks, we just miss. But, like, to put ourselves in a hole like that is unacceptable. And
Sandy, it seemed like you got a little upset on that non-call when you got that technical. I guess, like, what did you say? What was...
When they
with you.
Me.
Yeah. It was a call, so obviously I swore. But yeah, it was the physicality. I mean, they took her out a little bit. That's a dangerous play.
For any of you guys, and I apologize if you've been asked this in other press conferences and stuff, but how do you balance the final week of the season between just going out there and not forcing the issue or forcing the matter, but also building chemistry and as we talked about pregame, getting your players back and having to do all these different things under a very limited amount of time?
Is that a question to
you?
Anyway, look, it's been a tough season for us in terms of injuries, with having so many people in and trying to work it out on the fly and not getting the chemistry that we need, that other teams probably get with more players obviously on the court there, but especially when you lose, JJ, Stewie, and now Sabrina, and they're a key part of what we do. We have to use these next games. Like, obviously Stewie's building up. It was great. I thought she, second half, you saw her motor. I mean, she didn't look tired at all, and we love when she's doing that, being the aggressor there. It's just trying to find out now what works best. Because we haven't had enough experiences. This one here hasn't always played a lot of minutes for us this year, but she showed us exactly how she can help us, and that's the information. Knowledge is power, and that will help us as we move forward.
Question for you, Breanna. This is the first time you guys have lost to the Valkyries. What did they do differently in this game than the previous games you guys have played against them?
I think that they were defensively, really in to out. They compacted the paint. They made sure that we saw bodies everywhere that we were offensively, and they knocked down, I don't know how many threes in the first half, but it seemed like a lot. 6? Mm-hmm. Oh, so they only made 1 in the second half.
Yeah.
It's just an incredible environment, and when your back's against the wall a little bit, it's going to be tough, but good team, scrappy team.
Beck, you came in that third quarter and kind of injected some life, had some fresh legs, and made some good plays, I guess. Like, you talk about staying ready all the time, but what did you think about what you brought?
I mean, when I just went in, I just tried to bring energy, whether it was on the offensive or defensive side, and be aggressive. I felt like by pressing the ball, it just brought some aggressiveness and kind of picked up the energy. And I feel like the team as a whole picked up their level too, and we were able to carry out that for the rest of the half.
We'll go over to Zoom, starting with Jackie.
Yeah, Sandy, just on Beck's performance, how would you describe what changed when she stepped on the floor?
A lot. I think everything that she just spoke about, we were able to get Tash could guard to the wings, and Beck's a great, press-up player in the back court, and she just played really hard, and she's such a mover on offense, and she did a lot of great things, but, defensively first, but, her teammates trusted there, but on the offensive end, she'll do her job there, we want her to be aggressive. But she showed a lot tonight, and I think that's good information for us as we move forward. And, we tried some big lineups, but I think the smaller lineup worked better for us.
And Stewie, for you, on Saturday against the Mercury, you talked about how something had to change after the performance. I guess I'm just curious, amid still losing, have you seen some things change?
I guess. I don't know. I think that, like, it's easy to fight back when you're down. I don't know. I think that this is disappointing collectively. Like, yeah, there can be bright spots and whatever, but, like, we have 3 games left, and we're not where we need to be, and it's frustrating and it's tough. But I know that our team is going to continue to show up every day and fight for where we want to be. So we have another road game in Seattle, and we go there and we get better.
We'll go to Miles.
Beck, I wanted to come back to you. What can you tell us about playing alongside Tosh in that backcourt that helped you guys go on that run in the third quarter and just kind of take some of that momentum?
I mean, yeah, playing with Tosh, she obviously is a great defender as well, and we're just able to put more pressure on the offense, and I feel comfortable pressing up when I know also I have a great defender like Tosh, and even Stewie and Leo too. Everybody was up, but yeah, Tosh specifically, it just makes it easier even on my part knowing that she's behind me, being aggressive as well.
Erica.
Thank you. Stewie, I wanted to come to you for this one, please. It seemed like you were one of the players that really started forcing the issue by getting into the paint, maybe trying to get some contact in a game like this, but also given some of the things that you've already talked about with regard to where the Liberty is or maybe isn't leading up to the postseason. How would you say that being able to attack impacts a game such as this one tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like the ability to get downhill in the second half, basically my mindset was like, it, and, gonna kind of impose my will. And that's on me, because I wasn't like that in the first half, and my team really needs that. But, when we're out in transition, when we get stops, it's hard. It's hard to scramble back and stop someone that's running full force at you, and just trying to get the ball in the rim, trying to be the aggressor and to force some action.
And Sandy, if I may come to you, please. When you, again, see a game as it's called, but also know some of the things that this team is working on, what is the balance between, what is the balance between being able to be a solid perimeter shooting team, but also then having games where, like Stewie said, sometimes you just gotta push it through the guts?
Yeah, look, we want to do that right from the beginning. We talked about getting paint touches and getting downhill, how to exploit their congestion and, their defense. I think we're just too passive, and I liked how aggressive, obviously Stewie was getting, I think Tash was getting. You got to be the aggressor to get the calls, and that's what they did in that first half. And in the second half, we just got better here. But we need a good balance. They're a heavy congestion team, and obviously we had some shots that we could have made too. But it's just that moving the ball and then where we can get downhill, that's going to help us as we move forward.
We'll take one more from Jeff.
Thank you. Hello, all. Sorry it didn't go your way tonight. My question will be for Coach. At this point of the season, how do you reap the benefits of a second half like that without quote-unquote respectable losses stacking up or creeping into your established identity?
Yeah, look, it wasn't, we're not happy that we lost the game at all, definitely not. I just liked the fight in the second half. I mean, we made this team feel uncomfortable. To give up a really good team, only give them 26 points. It shows what we're capable of if we commit to playing really hard on that defensive end. And then, our best offense is when we can get out and run. And that showed. We didn't, that second quarter was hard for us. They were making a lot of shots and we just got stagnant and on our back foot. So, that's where we got to keep, make sure that's our identity as we move forward.